Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Megan and I like to play The Sims. So I thought I'd give it a go of recording a video and sort of see how it goes. So far, so good. It's on the screen, so that means it's working. My idea for this build was to create a grandma cottage. I just wanted something that just screamed grandma. Like every little bit of furniture that I put down in this build, I'm constantly saying, oh, that's giving me grandma, that's giving me grandma vibes. And that's just really what I wanted to do, mainly because I bought the basement kit, I think it's called. I don't know what it's called, but I bought the basement clutter kit, or yeah, let's go with that. And yeah, it just gave me grandma vibes. There was a lot of old stuff that you'd find in your grandma's house. So yeah, that was the inspiration for this build. So at the moment we've started in the kitchen, we've got the layout down. I decided to do a raised kitchen. Not sure why I felt like doing that, but I was having some troubles with these cabinets actually, because as I put them in, it defo looked like grandma would be hitting her head on those when she went to make a cup of soup, so I had to remove those. I did try looking for shorter version, you'll see here. I did try looking at smaller, those ones, but I thought it was so ugly. But I ended up leaving it because I couldn't find anything that was better, so I just raised them up so grandma wouldn't hit her head all the time. But maybe she's just really small, so yeah, this is the kitchen I went for. I chose the green. I really liked it. I wouldn't usually go for a green hob and a green fridge, but I just kind of liked the orangey tone of the wood. It felt very grandma-y, and I just thought it worked all quite nicely together. Now, finding the flooring, I mean, I recorded this quite a while ago actually, so I don't know if I can remember what I actually did. I liked the idea of having that accent strip of tiles. Oh, we've moved on. I liked the accent strip of tiles, so I left that in there, and I think that works quite nicely together. So trying to find the layout here, I wanted to keep it all downstairs like a bungalow. I feel like that's old lady. Trying to choose a light fitting that wasn't going to be hitting grandma's head as well. Everything's just really low in this build. Well, actually not the build, just the kitchen, because I raised it up. Noticed you could see that through the ceiling, but we'll just cover that with some roofing. Looking at the paisley sort of carpets here, I thought that was really grandma-esque. I feel like you'd walk into grandma's house and she'd kind of have this style of carpeting everywhere. That powder blue as well, it's always a powder blue. So we ended up going for that colour scheme. Trying to find a swatch. I really liked that bed, I liked how funky it was, but the swatches weren't quite there. Once again, I've gone for this orangey reddish tone wood because I just feel like that's quite indicative of the olden days. I feel like we've got old vibes with these. No grandma's got like birch wood in their house, do they? They've got all this old reddish tone wood, which is pretty ugly, but kind of cute if you think about it. Just doing a few tricks there with the move objects, trying to make sure the plant isn't just sticking to those tiles that we can only use in The Sims. I like to move it around a bit, make it look a bit more lived in, a bit normal looking. Just here, trying to find some cluttery bits. Oh, this bit. So I wanted to put some cluttery things in there, and then I came up with this idea that maybe this was Grandad's side of the bed. Oh, I'm saying was. I'm not going to say that he's no longer here, but I was kind of feeling like, oh, he left his glasses and his watch there, and she's just kind of always left it there, giving a bit of backstory to it. Yeah, I feel like she would have just kept Grandad's items and belongings on the side there all neatly in a little pile. Oh, stop it, how emotional. But hers, she's a bookworm. I think she's got all the books under her bedside table. Oh, I like that umbrella stand. Don't know why you would put it there, but something was needed in that gap, so I put an umbrella stand there. I thought grandma would want a bit of makeup, but that one seemed a little bit too modern, that big chest, so I think yeah, that's it. Went for a little tray. I thought that was a bit more grandma-y. Now the bathroom, oh, how I wanted to do green to match the kitchen, but obviously the green swatches for the toilet and the sink are hideous. So we've gone for more of a traditional sort of, oh, I'd say Titanic vibe. We've gone for that kind of furnishings. Yeah, okay, I really liked this bath. I loved the curtain and I loved that idea because it felt, I'm gonna say it, grandma-y, but the swatches, they were just kind of all ugly, so I thought, let's just go for a fancy old Victorian style tub. I'm sure grandma won't be needing a shower. Well, no, she'll need to shower. I just mean she'll probably prefer to have a bath than have a shower. Trying to find some tiles. Oh yes, I went for the pink because I thought, you know what? In like the 70s, they did all crazy kind of things with their bathrooms. They had colourful sinks, they had colourful baths, and I just think the green and the pink, hideous together, but I love it. I feel like grandma, she had some style, she looked after her things, and she had pink walls in the bloody bathroom. Love that. Found some decorative things here for the kitchen. A little teapot, of course. Now, this does change, actually. I put the, oh, we've zoomed in. Oh, I don't have tool mod, okay? Let's just not go over it. I will download it. But I just wanted to put some little cluttery things about, just grandma-y things. Look, a jug with spoons in it. I was looking for the cookie jar here because I thought, what grandma doesn't have a cookie jar for the grandkids when they come round? Thought that would be quite cute. Yeah, this area does change, so I don't actually like that table, and that cabinet there is annoying me because every time you turned around it was just blocking your view. Spicing up the room a little bit with some columns here. I'd recently just purchased the, what's it called? Horse Ranch kit. So I'd used the new columns from that kit because they're so nice. The wood tones on those columns, I mean everything, the floors, beautiful. We're doing a fireplace, that feels grandma-y, and then look, it's called Grandma's Couch, so we had to go for this one because, oh, it's so cute, and it does just look like a grandma would have lived in it for years and years. She's never going to get a new one because it's comfy enough. Trying to find out the layout of this living room here. It was quite a big open space and I didn't want it to stay that way. I changed the colour of that couch to the green and I really like it. I feel like doing this build allowed me to choose different colour swatches that I wouldn't usually go for, because ordinarily I wouldn't go for a green couch, but I think, do you know what, grandma's going to have it and she's going to have something that clashes with it, but it's going to look really nice and homey at the same time. So that was fun about this, is being able to switch up. Carried on that tile accent through the whole home, even though they are going in different directions, but hey ho. I thought it was quite nice just to keep it all the way through the build. Pop down these old leather armchairs. I did want to go for that TV console, but I thought no, grandma looks after her things, and the swatches, they just look too tatty, so we went for something that, oh, actually still has like bumps and nicks on it, but oh well. It's been around, she's been around a long time, so has her furniture. Obviously had to go for that television because that seems quite old and granny. I love all the bits from this basement pack. It just adds so much character, and especially for a grandma house, I think it's ideal. I really liked the space in the end. When I was doing it, it's always the way, you've got to trust the process. I always feel like it's looking really ugly, but as soon as you've put in some decorative bits, done the wallpapers, done the flooring, it does start to come together. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this space. Glad I chose that wallpaper, am I? Oh yes, I'm glad I changed it to the wood at the bottom. The green was not going well. Spent ages trying to find a paint colour that matched the flowers in the wallpaper, and I think I did quite a good job with that powdery blue. Although I don't know how grandma-y it is, but yeah, I suppose so. Same light from the kitchen. Thought I would line them up, but then actually it looked horrible, so I put it back into the centre of the room. A few of these things I found as I was going through other rooms, and I thought, oh, I'll just put them to the side, like that cat statue. I put it to the side because actually my grandma has a cat statue at the front of her house, and I just thought, you know, pay homage to the grandmas. Trying to decorate this space, make it look a little bit less empty, something for Granny's keys and her letters. Every single photo I put in this house, picture frame, is all the old school ones, like the decadent frames with horrible pictures, but that's Granny for you. That mirror matches the couch and I'm really happy about it. I did just want to kind of clutter it up a little bit, not to the point where it's a hoarder's home, but just to make it look a bit more lived in and a bit more granny-esque. This cat was driving me up the wall. I was trying to raise him up to sit on that little table there because I sized it down because it was huge, but then he was just floating around the room, so we had to delete him and put him back in. But we put a black cat there, just like my grandma's house. So yeah, we're just decorating this place. There's a few clutter items. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I wanted a little console table so Granny could put her purse there when she gets back from going to Morrison's. She's got a place to put her purse and her shoes. Changing up this area, I think, next. Or did we go? Oh yeah, I thought the bedroom looked really plain, so I changed up that bedding, and I think it just adds a bit more colour whilst keeping in the grandma theme. Yeah, changed up this table. I liked the idea. I really wanted something with a cute little tablecloth on it because that feels old and cosy, but I just couldn't find one that looked decent, and I didn't want a small diddy table, especially for when, you know, grandkids come round and all sorts. So we changed it up for a bigger table. Tried to do some sort of trick here because I wanted a tablecloth, like I said. So raised up the rug, and then it just started floating around the room. And I really couldn't find a way of making it look as if it were on the table, so that didn't quite work, but if it did, that would have been fantastic. Did want to try and put some plates on the table as if it's already laid out, ready for everyone, but just put those ones on the wall instead. Got to have a granny apron because she's done all that amazing baking all those cookies for your birthday. Oh, love Granny, she's great at baking. Finding out some more decorative bits. Wanted a rug that actually went on the floor, not on the table this time, and was trying to centralise it, but just didn't look right. That cabinet's still annoying me. It does go eventually, although I do like how old it looks. Just wasn't quite working. Doing a little trick here of raising up this photo to look like it's hanging on the fireplace, just deleting the walls behind, raising it with the 9 key, and making it look like it's on the fireplace. Then popping those walls back and putting the paint back on there. I love the way that looks. So now I wanted to find some decorative pieces to put on the mantelpiece. I think Grandma would have... Oh, there was a Yoda that I found quite funny, obviously. I wasn't putting Yoda in there, but... Oh, my dog's barking. We have... Yeah, I found this this sort of head statue piece. I thought that looked quite nice. Popped a bunch of them on the top to stop it from snapping to that area, but then it just looked quite creepy. Like there were 3 different statues on top of the fireplace. Once again, old style, sort of black and white sepia tone kind of pictures, a cosy blanket box, and I chose the pumpkins because obviously I was feeling festive. Then we're moving back to the bedroom. I wanted to decorate it a bit more. I was actually on the phone to my brother at this point, so I think I was really distracted, but I think I was doing it whilst I was on the phone. Found these pillows, thought, yes, got to have more pillows, it's got to be all cosy and comfy. I wish we had more swatches of this pillow because they're very boring. We need different colours. Back to the bedroom, and we are on to the... Yes, I wanted to put a bookshelf in. As I said, Granny's a bookworm. She likes her books. Spent ages trying to find one that wasn't hideous or wasn't too small, too big. Ended up going for this one. Pushed it back into the wall a little bit, just so that wallpaper behind was coming through, and I thought it made it look less chunky and more cohesive with the room. Popped up another frame as the wall was really empty, and I just think that looks a bit better, a bit more lived in. Onto the bathroom decorating. Obviously I popped all the little bits in, then thought I'll go back and decorate them later on. So that's what I'm doing here, just adding in some little bits, some towels in the bathroom. I wanted to put this rack on, but I needed it close to the bars because I didn't want Granny standing up and slipping or anything like that. Moving on to the outside, we are doing... I did look at some inspiration pics of like a granny cottage, and I saw quite a few with thatched roofs, which I actually haven't done a thatched roof build before. That was hard to say, but yeah, I did want to, and I wanted it to be, I don't know what style of roof this is called. Cable? Is that a thing? Is that a roof? I don't know, but I wanted it to be pointy up like that. So I made it pointy up like that, and I started looking at these swatches. I wanted to do a thatched roof. Oh my gosh, in the lighting it is blinding, but as it gets darker, like I'm doing right now, just checking to see that it does look less bright. Similar to the inspiration pic that I saw on Pinterest, I think. I wanted to do a orangey tone wood, similar to some of the wood pieces that we've got inside, just because I think that's quite aged, but I like it. I wanted to add in some brickwork as well, so I just did it between these two different sort of pokey out buildings to make it look like the building's been changed over time. Did this really cute little pattern on the roofing, which was quite annoying because I put two different roofs there, just to make it look pretty. Okay, so we changed up the door because the door seemed too modern, and I really like that one with the little wreath on it. I think we do the same out the back because the colours weren't quite working together, so who cares, Grandma's got two wreaths. We then did a little platform staircase. Once again, I'm in love with these columns from the Horse Ranch kit thing, pack, that's the word. Wasn't quite working though with the roofing, didn't know how to fix it, so I think I do extend the roof. Yes, that's right, I extend the roof out. I don't like that column on the end, on the left there, just hanging out on its own, but oh, we've added in some railings. I obviously made this little decking area. I'm just popping all the windows in. I used a lot of the Country Cottage, I think that's the name of the pack. I don't know pack names, but I think I used the Country Cottage living windows because I love that crisscross design, and also the little shutters, the wood swatches, all of them are very grandma-y. The bed's disappeared, don't know where that went. Obviously I'm about to go and put it back in, but when I added in the windows they must have disappeared. Wanted smaller windows in this bedroom because it just didn't quite work, and then I had to go outside and match it up with the wallpaper. Don't really like that window being right up against the wall in that bedroom, but what can you do? Oh, my lamps got deleted as well, so I added those back in. Once again, just going around, shifting up the windows, making them look less rubbish, and then I think it's just more decorating really. Going in with the curtains and the blinds because now we have the windows. I do much prefer decorating the inside of the house before the outside, even though it makes putting windows in awkward. I just prefer to go that way because I don't like having windows in the way of decorating. So like the kitchen, I know that the windows are cut in half by the cabinets, but it's The Sims and I don't care. So trying to find, this is the little configuration I came up with, this little side table, and then, oh, emojis. Then I saw this sort of chest, which I just thought was beautiful. Maybe she puts her shoes in there, her boots, her whatever. So we tried to, that's gonna stay floating, that jug. But yeah, I popped that in because I just thought it looked much better. Shifted it back into the wall so it wasn't so sticky outy. And yeah, put some decorations around it and some pictures up. I've probably used some of these pictures twice because there's only so many old school pictures there are. I like those curtains that I put in the grandma bedroom as well. They're ugly, but they work. I think that's pretty much the interior all done. Last minute change up of, nope, I didn't change the flooring in the end, I think I just wanted to. But yeah, that seems to be, oh, I wanted to make her a knitter. So I put in some knitting bits and bobs, and of course I had to put in some rocking chairs because how cute. It still makes me sad I've come up with the storyline that Grandma is possibly now alone without Grandad, but she's still got bits and bobs that remind her of him moving the lot. I just love those rocking chairs, one for Grandma, one for Grandad. Even though I'm not saying Grandad's not here, I'm just saying that he's not here. I wanted to build an outhouse for some reason. I don't know why, I haven't done one in ages, so I built a little shed. It's probably because I didn't have enough room in the actual house, so I decided to make a little shed outhouse, and I wanted to make it a little laundry room for Granny to go out. She probably has some little gardening bits in there as well. I don't think I decorated this one as thoroughly as the others, so I probably could have put in some more cluttery bits like some gardening tools and all sorts to make it seem a bit more lived in, but I just didn't. Obviously sticking to this kind of turquoisey themed here because once again I just think grannies like really colourful things that don't match anything, but at the same time they weirdly match. I don't know how they do it, but it's quite impressive. It does look quite sweet though, doesn't it? Yeah, defo could have put some more things on shelves to make it seem a bit more used, and a clothes washing line to go with it. So yeah, now I'm just doing the exterior, some of the the garden bits. I wanted to do a path, but wasn't liking any of those swatches. And then I remembered we have a stone looking rug. So I just popped those in as if they were little tiles. And then I used some of the painty stuff to, what's that called? I don't know. Anyway, use some of that to make it look like it's actually in the ground and not just sitting on top of it. Once again, going around the house, making it all look like it's been sat there for hundreds of years. And yeah, what is that called? Terrain paint, there we go, got it. Popped some trees in. I wanted a big old tree because I feel like every grandma garden has a big tree, like one that would have a swing under it or something like that. Felt like the front needed a pond because this part was quite empty. I'm not good at making ponds, I tell you that. I haven't really used the terrain tools that much. I used to use them all the time in The Sims 3, was it? We had them. But yeah, Sims 4, I'm not up to date on using all the terrain tools. I don't bother. I prefer building houses and the interiors rather than all the exterior stuff. So doing this stuff is quite like monotonous for me, but it's got to be done, otherwise the house will look crap. So I've added all those flowers in there, different flower bushes. I think I go around, with the terrain tool, just make them look like they're actually in the ground, and they are growing rather than just stagnant and sitting on top. So yeah, I think I've doing a little path to go out to wherever we're going. Didn't like that, so I put some mud back down to make it look like the path was actually put there on purpose. Got to the part of doing a voiceover where I don't know what I'm talking about. Going to nighttime, adding in some outside lights because you don't realise the house can look absolutely stunning, but when you turn it to nighttime, it just disappears. So look how much nicer that looks when you add those exterior lights, and it just looks more inviting and, you know, grandma-y. So I'm putting in these little lights as well so grandma can go out to the shed in the dark. She doesn't have to worry about taking a torch with her or a candle. That's what she would do. Adding in some, what are they called? Fireflies. And I think that's about it. So here are some pictures. Here is the front of the house. I have put a bin outside and a mailbox as well. Here's the living room. Oh, I just really like how everything doesn't match but still works together really nicely. I feel like grandma takes good care of her house and it's such a nice place for the grandkids to go and visit. Oh, I've just realised that bookshelf is cutting into the bloody wall. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you got this far, I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!